Hey everybody, welcome to the Tiny Studio. It's your girl Nell, and this is a what? A Dreadlock love video, baby. You know what time it is. It's time we talk about what? All things dreads. How are you today? I hope this video is finding you in a very positive light. I hope you're having a very good day. And if not, I hope that these next few minutes with me, your girl Nell, will perk up your spirits a little bit and bring a little joy into your life. This video is this video is for people or persons who are going through what I am going through. And what is that? Fooling around with these pesky white hairs. For some of you, those hairs may be turning gray. For me, my hair is turning white. So, I'm sitting here getting myself prepared to film some crochet videos. And, my hair, my locks are just like, leave us alone. Why do you keep touching us? Why do you keep fiddling and faddling with us? Leave us alone. That's how my whites or your grays may be acting right about now. Even if you don't have locks, you know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about, stubborn grays. Just like us, when you get to a certain point of maturity, you feel like, just leave me alone. Let me do my own thing. I got this. Right? Right. Well, guess what? Our hair feels the same way. Our hair feels like, leave us alone. We got this. And I was fiddling and doing whatever with my locks today, and I just felt like I felt so frustrated. I was thinking about putting my tam back on and just calling it a day, but I'm in the process of crocheting another one, a black tam, so that when I am filming, if my hair is like, we not feeling you today, girl, I could just put my tam back on and keep on moving. But that's the beauty of maturing and becoming a little older and a little wiser on this planet. There's certain things that, everything changes, right? Everything changes. So how do I deal with my graying or whitening locks? Well, it's frustrating sometimes. For a long time, I fought this part of becoming a mature black woman. I fought this part of it because I started graying pretty early. I started graying or going white when I was in my mid-30s. And so I fought it. I used lots of dyes and colors and all of that stuff to, I wasn't ready to embrace it. I wasn't ready to embrace it. And, now that I am in officially a middle-aged black woman, I have done so many things to, hide these white hairs that I have actually damaged my locks, and I've had to trim them. I've had to color over them. Oh, man, it's been a journey. So nowadays, with my graying locks, or my locks that are, basically whitening, what I've been doing is I've just been giving them extra love. Some with these graying locks, you'll notice that you're going to feel more dryness than usual because it's a different texture than your locks that are their natural color. Like my hair is naturally black. So my whitening, or the whitening of my hair, that part of it is, just dry all the time. So I'm always using some rose water or infused rose water with peppermint oil and eucalyptus oil and tea tree oil and vitamin D. I'm always using that on my locks to keep it moisturized. Or I'm using my own cream formula that is just coconut oil and a little cocoa butter, and I'm just using that infused with vitamin D and eucalyptus just to, to give my, to be able to make the whites of my locks, you know, appear appear to, get along with the other, with the blacks of my locks. And it's difficult because like right now, the whites of my hair, they're like, hey, they're like, we're gonna do what it does and we don't care. It's a party for us all the time. But sometimes you want to, let's face it, sometimes I want to go out and I want to do certain things and I want to look a certain way, and the whites of my hairs won't let me be great. They just won't. Like right now, you see the whites of my hair, and I've done things to try to get them like this, Liz. I've done things to try to get them to conform and grow into my lock. I've used some aloe vera gels and some flaxseed oil gel for some flaxseed gel, and I've tried to get them to, grow into my lock. But, the whites, the grays of my hair, they just don't want to. They don't want to conform. But eventually, as you see, they do conform eventually. But it's a hard process. I have some hair right now. I'm gonna let you see that the same thing is happening. It's the whites just decide that they don't want to be a part of the team. The whites of my hair decide that they just, they want to do their own thing. And, some days I just let them, and then other days I put my tam on and keep it moving. And then there are days like today where I'm just like, frustrated. So what can you do if what can you do about these pesky grays and these pesky whites that just don't want to conform? What do you do? Well, it's actually nothing that you can do. What you could try is to use some all natural gels, such as, like I said, aloe vera gel, or I make flaxseed gels. You can do something like that and see if they will stay in place for you. Add it to the root and see if you can retwist it into and manipulate it so that it will, grow into the lock and stay put, for a few days or so. You could do that. But the only thing that I can suggest that we do with our graying locks is to just learn to deal with it. And when we can't deal with it any longer, put on a tam, put on a scarf, put on a hat, or braid it up. Sometimes when you see me here in the tiny studio and I have different styles going on, if I twisted my hair and, put it up in some buns or some spirals, those are the days when my beautiful white locks are just incorrigible, and there's nothing that I can do besides that. Trying to hide the disorder that the whites of my locks are bringing to the table. But, philosophically, when you see a woman or a gentleman with graying hair or whitening hair, what we're supposed to do is supposed to look on to that, or look on to them with a measure of respect because of the wisdom and the life experience that they have, that they have accumulated. And when I look at my hair now at this juncture in my middle age journey here as a spiritual being having a physical experience, I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful for the whites of my hair, and I'm just grateful that, they're healthy. you know, even though they don't want a seat at the table. They want to come to the table on their own time. Even though that's true, I'm just excited to be this age at this time and to be able to see my hair and watch my hair, do this thing that it does, which is, it's losing the melanin, but that's fine. My hair is a beautiful, beautiful white, and I'm kind of looking forward to how it's going to look in another, let's say, 8 years, when it'll be a beautiful snow white. I'm really, really looking forward to that. So, all I can say, if you have locks that are graying and they're turning white and they're not doing what you want them to do, we just got to deal with it, right? We just got to deal with it. And I wouldn't suggest putting any, gels or things like that in your hair that, you get off the counter. I see a lot of products that are made specifically for graying locks that are supposed to, tame, tame your gray locks. And I'm here to tell you, you can't tame locks, period. You can't tame your dreads. You can try, but it doesn't work, because they're not made for to conform. They're made to do whatever they want to do, and that's the beauty of locks. So there it is. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to hop down in the comment section and drop your question there, or let's discuss this. Maybe you have some tips that I don't know of and that maybe I can try to, attempt to tame this white. But you know it's in, in my experience, there's nothing that you can do, not a thing, but put that tam on on the days where you're just beyond frustration. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here in the tiny studio. And don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to Simply Nails Tiny Studio, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and do so now. Thanks so much. I'm your girl Nail, and I'll see you next time in another Dreadlock Love video, baby. We all know what time it is. It's all about the love, baby. The Dreadlock love. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.